right, we are here at Worldwide Technology Raceway for the VP Racing Lubricants No Time race. This is supposed to be the second race of the season, but the first one got rained out. So this will be really the first one. They got Gangster 28's class, they got Index class, like Jimmy Dale style Index class, and then they got Street Car, which is what I'm running. You can tell by the SC on my window. First time out with the car this year, and you know, I'm feeling good about it, but we'll see how things go. All right, obligatory gas station stop here on the way. Again, we're about halfway there, and we're not gonna fill it all the way up. Just gonna put enough in it to make sure we can get there, make a few passes, and get back home. So there it is, we're on the way. All right, well, we made our first goal. We're at the track. We're going through the maze to get in right now. Car got a little bit hot on the way. It got up to about 180. As soon as I stopped and turned the fans on, it's down back to about 140 now, so it's looking good. Both fans are definitely working now. And yeah, we're cruising in. All right, so we're in line to get in now. I've already seen a couple cars this time that have been driven in. There's one behind. I don't know if you can see it back there, but it's a pretty badass looking late model Camaro. I'm by myself today on the drive, but Ronnie's already here. He was in line next to me just a second ago. There's Ronnie in the whip right there. You can't see it through my dirty windshield here, but that car has always got a shine on it. Might have a few other friends showing up. I don't know. We'll see when we, you know, once everybody gets in, I guess. But, yep, we're here. Let's get it done. Inside, got our spot in the pits, close to the bathrooms and the concessions. Ronnie's pulling over right now, rolling hard in the whip. We're gonna get this thing here and ready to rock. All right, I'm letting the air out of the airbags here, and Ronnie's over there torquing the wheels, and then we're pretty much done. Everything else is already, yeah, it's already going on. Street tires over there, race tires are on. Can't see it, but there's some actual street cars here this time too, so glad to see that. All right, we got the car already. We made it through tech, got the numbers on it. Pits are really filling up out here. A lot more street cars than there were last time, so we'll see how it goes. Right now we're just waiting for the call to the lanes to go make some qualifying runs, I guess. And they just called test and tune guys to the lanes. Hopefully after test and tune gets done, then they'll be calling us up and we can get up there and make some runs. So.
Yeah. 9.478 with a 144.64 miles an hour in the right lane. A 10.361 with a 139.
All right, so it's about 8:30 now. We got here at 4. They were a little late getting everything prepped, and then they ran some test and tune cars and some bikes, and then the first class car that went down for its qualifying run crashed, and they've been cleaning it up for like at least 2 hours. Yeah, we're just waiting. It's another half an hour or so right before we race. We're only going to get one qualifying run now. We were supposed to get 2 before we went into eliminations, but now we're just going to get 1. They're going to build the ladder and we're going to go into eliminations. So yep, we'll see how that goes. Right now we're still waiting. I just walked back to the pits to get another bottle of water. Gotta stay hydrated. Anyways, that's where we're at. So at the time I was filming that part, I didn't really know the whole story, but now that it's been a couple days, I saw that the driver from that car was okay. He did go to the hospital with some minor injuries. His name was Jason Horde. If you want to see the crash, you can go to Extreme 660 Drag Racing on their Facebook page and probably other social medias. They got a really good video of the crash, and thanks to his safety equipment and the fact that he had a really well-built car, he was totally fine. The driver, Jason Horde, also did like a 30-minute interview on the Wes Buck Show on his podcast earlier this week as well. So if you want to hear his story of it and him talking about it, go check that out.
The right-hand side, early 70s Chevrolet Monte Carlo, still in primer gray and the Tana green.
That's on me. I didn't stage very good, and I tried to get up on the brakes on the converter, and it just pushed through the brakes, and yeah, the tree wasn't activated, and it just red lit. So I don't think I'm gonna get a time on that. Yeah. Just rusty, I guess. I haven't been down the track in 8 months, and that's just on me. A bad run. Sucks. And then on the shifts, I think I might have launched in second gear, and then shifted into high gear, and then I put it in neutral for a second, got back into gear. I don't know. I was all over the place. It was not a good run. Not happy with it at all. I don't know what that's going to do for me for qualifying. Getting a real time. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a time. I don't know. So they build the ladders based off everybody's times on their qualifying run. We only got one qualifying run because of the track cleanup, and I left before the tree was activated, so I didn't get a time. So I went and talked to the folks running this event to ask what to do about it, and they said to go talk to the guys at the tower. So now I'm on my way to talk to the tower, and yeah, we'll figure it out, I guess. All right, so just left the tower here, talked to the race director, basically said that I'm not the only one who had an issue here tonight, and what they're doing for the other guy is he just told them what the car runs, and they marked him down at that. I told him what my car runs, and he says mark you down at what you think is a fast run for your car, and we'll get your ladder built up and go from there. So that's where we're going, heading into qualifier eliminations round 1. It's about 11:15, and they just had a major wreck. Guy in a pro mod style car hit both walls, and driver is okay. He's responsive and stuff like that, but it's going to be at least another 2 hours cleanup. Then they got to run through bikes, and then they got to run through testing too before they get to the first round of eliminations. It's like 11:15 already. We're looking at least 2-3 hours before we get to race again, and so we're going home. So another race day that didn't go the way we wanted, and only got one run, and I didn't do what I should have done on that first run, and it's just the way it is. It's racing sometimes, I guess. But we're packing up. We're headed home. All right. Well, I'm back at home. Anyways, well, I think it's safe to say that that's not the way I intended the night to go, but it's been a few days now, and I'm over it. So, what I figured, I was trying to think of what we're gonna do to close this video out, and I kind of figured that you know, any data that we've got in the car is good data. So I wanted to walk through the run, tell you what I noticed and what I'm gonna do about it, just with the limited amount of, you know, runs that we actually got. So in the burnout, you can see smoke coming out of the tailpipe before it comes out of the tires. So this is an indication that it's still too rich to hit. As far as the burnout goes, I have no notes. This burnout was perfect. I'm doing this every time from now on. This is my air-fuel ratio gauge. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Ideally, during a pass, this gauge would read somewhere between 12 and 12.5, but anything below 13 is really okay, I think. So you can see at the beginning of the launch, it dips down to about 10 or 11, and then comes back and hangs out around 12.5 for the rest of the run. And then there's the launch. So right now, my opponent has the top and bottom bulb lit. I have the top bulb lit. I've got 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake. I'm pulling it into the second bulb. The second bulb lights up. I try and give it some gas to stall it higher against the converter. And I didn't have enough brake pressure to hold it, and it just rolled across the start line. And the green light hadn't dropped yet, so of course this gave me a red light and no time slip for the day. And just a bad run overall. Alright, so the things that we noticed there that we went through, it's still rich off the hit, and so I've got some new accelerator pump cams coming in. The squirter smalling, the smaller squirtle, the smaller squirter seems to have helped, but it's still not quite where I want it. New accelerator pump cams should be coming in, so they might already be here. I don't know. I haven't checked the mailbox today. Accelerator pump cams, and the other big thing was the brakes. The brakes, just, it's hard for me with this master cylinder setup that's in the car to build a lot of brake pressure. I can build enough brake pressure to a good burnout, but to stage the car, it's just not want to do it. So we're going to do Hydro Boost on the car. So there are companies that will sell you a direct fit Hydro Boost kit for one of these cars. That costs twice as much as just buying all the pieces from Rock Auto and trying to figure out how to make it work yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing here. This is a Hydro Boost booster from like a 1990-ish Suburban. This is a master cylinder from like a 1990-ish Suburban. And these are lines from like a 1990-ish Chevy Suburban. And yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is not going to fit in this car exactly like it is, but I have a welder right over there, and so with that tool, I believe that I can make anything fit anything else. So the thing that's definitely not going to fit is this bracket right here, but it'll give us a good start, and it'll be a good template, if nothing else. So that's what's coming up next, is this Hydro Boost upgrade. I've been talking about this for months, and now I'm finally going to do it. So check out the next video where we're going to be installing this into this car so that we can build more brake pressure on the start line, so that we can hopefully get better launches out of this car, and more consistent launches as well. So stay tuned. That's coming up next time.